The alliance between the palace and the press should worry any single person in the entire world. It's a cancer, not just to Harry and Meghan, but also to the UK public itself, to the British public itself. It is a cancer. And that relationship, people must be asking questions about it. People must be calling it out. And they must call out the unethical conduct of the UK tabloid media and how they lie to their teeth and how they bully people, harass others. People lose their lives. Like Caroline Flack. And my family, I'll read you what Harry said in his memoir Spare. But first of all, just hear what Hugh Grant, a long-time critic of the UK tabloid press, has said about people who own these tabloids on The View, on ABC. Here's what he said, and these are wise words, my family, because he was a target of the media. Today it's Harry and Meghan. The other day, Diana. Then Caroline Flack. Then Meghan Markle. This is not just about Harry and Meghan. It's about this corrupt and unethical press. Its behavior must be condemned. Its illegal actions must be held to account. And no wonder Harry is in court right now, refusing to settle his case, even willing to go to the UK just to testify in court against the Mirror, which will happen in May. His case against the Mirror, alleging phone hacking. These are serious matters. That's criminal activity from the Mirror. And my family, they must be held to account. They bully, abuse, target, hound to try and get people to drop their cases. They know the costs of taking a tabloid to court runs into the millions. So you have to have enough money to take them to court. So it is not easy. So my family, I applaud Harry and Meghan and their fight against this unethical tabloid press. My family, please hear what Hugh Grant said before I read you what Harry said in his memoir, Spare. My family, please just hear this from Hugh Grant himself, speaking at The View. My family.
I've always been impressed by this. You've been a long time critic of the British tabloid press, a very outspoken one, an important voice in the phone hacking scandal that brought down Rupert Murdoch's News of the World in 2011. Why was the issue so important for you to take on? Because I've heard from your own experience, these people go really far in terms of invading privacy.
Yes.
My family, before he continues, I like to say something. From the moment that News of the World, owned by Rupert Murdoch, was shut down over its illegal, corrupt, unethical behavior, over its unlawful gathering of information, my family, someone like Rupert Murdoch, must never have been allowed to open any other news outlet. Never. But sadly, he was. Murdoch owns the Sun tabloid. He owns the Times in the UK. He owns Talk TV. My family, there's a saying that he who has information, has power. He who controls the minds and hearts of people using the media has power. And Rupert Murdoch is a very powerful but evil person. Powerful and evil person. He has used his newspapers to spread hate for profit. He has caused division in every country that he has gone to. From the UK to the US, we see that in Fox News, the division it has caused. And they admit they lie. Imagine going to court and using no reasonable person believes what Tucker Carlson said and winning a case based on that defense. And someone comes to me or to anyone and quotes what Fox News has told them word to word. Imagine hearing a presenter for Fox News admitting that they were lying because they want the ratings. Because they want the ratings, and then repeating those same lies from those liars. My family. And I'm happy that Murdoch is facing the prospect of paying billions of dollars for his lies on the election. Lying that the elections in the US were rigged in favor of Joe Biden. My family, I'm happy that he and his news presenters are being held to account. But my family, someone like that must never have been allowed to own a media outlet because of his conduct, because of how his media outlets operate. They cause hate, division. That's what they promote. That's what they sell for clicks. And it's just so wrong. So my family, I'm happy that people like Hugh Grant, Prince Harry, Meghan are standing up to them, to the evils of the UK tabloid media. Because today it's Harry and Meghan, tomorrow it could be your daughter or your son. And that's why we must all join the fight against this unethical, corrupt UK tabloid media. And we must expose their corruption and their unethical conduct. We must. My family, continue hearing what Hugh Grant said, please.
Go really far in terms of invading privacy.
Yes. Everyone thinks, oh, well, he's just bitter because he got arrested with a hooker in 1995. But actually,
referring to that, but you know what? Really, who hasn't? Okay.
but actually, it had nothing to do with that because that was never uncovered by tabloids. It was the bloody police gave everyone the information. No, it's not to do with that. It was to do with newspapers need power, a lot of power, because they're really important to democracy. But, he said pompously, with power comes responsibility.
Yes.
And in Britain, it is a kind of uniquely UK problem.
Yeah.
There's no responsibility, and these big newspaper owners, largely non-tax-paying newspaper owners, are living above the law and invading the privacy of people whose kids have been killed in a road accident or whatever to get the sensational article. And no one dares to take them on in Britain because they're so scared of them, especially the politicians. And that's why politicians really, in my country, are chosen by the press. Our Prime Minister is largely chosen by dint of how much he's sucked up to the newspaper barons. So that's what
my family, exactly what I've been telling you. If you want to become a Prime Minister in the UK, you must have the blessing of Rupert Murdoch or Jonathan Rothmere. That's how things work or operate in the UK. That's wrong. That's so wrong. And even Hugh Grant is saying it. If you want to become Prime Minister, you must have the blessing of Rupert Murdoch or Rothmere, of these tabloids. They're the ones who decide. And if they're the ones who decide who is in power and who is not in power, then my family, can people in the UK expect justice when they are hounded by UK tabloids? The answer is no. The answer is no, sadly. And they do it because they want clickbait. That's what they want. My family, they call Harry and Meghan irrelevant, yet can't go a day without talking about Harry and Meghan, yet can't go a day without writing articles about Harry and Meghan to make money, to earn a revenue, to earn their rent money from trashing Harry and Meghan, because it helps them sell papers. However, they believe that Harry and Meghan should keep quiet when they're attacking them, when they're bullying them, when they are abusing them, and not say a word, and not make any money from Netflix or Spotify for themselves, because the media wants to be the only one who make money, profiting from lying about Harry and Meghan. My family, it is so wrong that when Charles and William met Harry after Prince Philip's funeral, the one question they had is about Harry's court case alleging phone hacking against UK tabloids. That's the number one question that they had. That was the concern that they had, because it directly affected them. It directly affected them, the royal family, Charles, William. Their press masters were trying to get William and Charles to convince Harry to drop his lawsuit alleging phone hacking, but Harry refuses to do it. My family, if you're innocent, why are you going through loopholes to Charles, to William, to try and get them to speak to Harry to drop his lawsuits? I mean, if you wanted a good relationship with Harry, then here's what you should have done. You should have never ever bullied his wife throughout her pregnancy. You should have never waged a smear campaign against Prince Harry. You should have never done that. But that's what the tabloids did. Yet they expect for Prince Harry not to sue them, for Prince Harry to drop his lawsuits. And they're bullying him, abusing him, going after Harry to try and make him drop his lawsuits by force, by bullying, intimidation, abuse. And that's how the tabloid media rule. The tabloids rule by intimidation. That's how they rule. That's how they operate. And Hugh Grant has said, these owners of these tabloids, like Rupert Murdoch, for instance, he is from Australia. And he does not even want to pay taxes in the UK. They do everything in their power to try and, circumvent paying taxes. My family. And that's so wrong. They use tax loopholes to try and evade paying taxes. That's so wrong. And that's the truth, because that's what they normally do. And it's so wrong. And even Prince Harry himself said this about the royal family. The tabloids have so much dirt on my family. And that's why Charles, the first question he goes to ask Prince Harry after Philip's funeral is about his court case against his tabloid friends. The Mirror or the Sun, because it directly affects them. Because tabloids are trying to get the royal family to speak to Harry, to order Harry to drop his lawsuits. However, Harry has remained firm and said and maintained that what he is looking for is accountability. Harry, in his memoir, has said he wants to prove in court that the press breaks the law. That's what they do. And even Hugh Grant has said the same thing. They behave like they're above the law. They break laws like what Daily Fail did. Illegally published Meghan's letter. They knew it was illegal. But still, they published Meghan's letter themselves, despite knowing it is illegal to do that. Regardless, they did not care. They published Meghan's letter because they knew the royal family, who have refused to protect Meghan Markle, King Charles and William, who are feeding Meghan to the wolves, would tell Meghan Markle and Harry, would advise them not to sue. But my family, Harry and Meghan, said, we are suing because what they did was illegal. The royal family knew it, but they wanted Tabloid to get away with it. My family. And this corrupt relationship between the royal family and the press, it must be called out. It's corrupt, unethical, and just wrong. My family, I'm happy about people who have the courage to speak against this UK media, to call them out for their illegal, unethical behavior, of how they intrude on people's privacy. Then blame people when people establish boundaries like what Harry and Meghan have done. The press gets angry. Say, I thought they wanted privacy. When Harry writes his own memoir, tells his own story in his own words, they start chanting, I thought Harry and Meghan wanted privacy, to try and silence Prince Harry and Meghan, as they themselves, tabloids, can't stop talking about Harry and Meghan. They can't shut up about Harry and Meghan. Every day, people they call irrelevant. My family, the utter level of hypocrisy from the UK media is just so astounding. It's too much. And it must be called out 100%. My family, continue hearing what Hugh Grant said, please.
Christians, and that's why politicians really, in my country, are chosen by the press. Our Prime Minister is largely chosen by dint of how much he's sucked up to the newspaper barons. So that's what my campaign is about.
Do you think that Brexit has ruined your country?
Well, I do. He said with a smile. Yeah. And actually, now the majority of Brits do as well, I think.
So maybe it'll get fixed. I hope.
Yeah, the Europeans may not want us back. They may say, well, choose one and stick to it.
It's also very pricey for them to get back into.
Yeah, but
we used to have a discount. It's true.
Yeah.
I think we've lost our discount.
My family, also Brexit. And what happened with Brexit? My family. It's ruined the UK economy. And everyone knows what happened because the press were the ones pushing it. I mean, Rupert Murdoch himself reportedly was asked one question. Why was he so opposed to the European Union? And Rupert Murdoch said this, and I quote, that's easy. When I go into Downing Street, they do what I say. When I go to Brussels, they take no notice. My family, no wonder Joe Biden called this person a very, very dangerous person, because indeed, he truly is. And he has caused so much, harm to every single country that he has been in. So much harm, so much pain, and so much harm, my family. My family, on what Hugh Grant said, someone said that Harry and Meghan, I will be in absolute awe of their bravery. They've paid a high price for it too. Indeed, 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 my family. Indeed. Very, very true. And my family, someone called Michelle said that is the truth, what Hugh Grant said. And I'm so glad Prince Harry is brave enough to take them on. Toxic press, they lie. And shame on the clowns who work for them, who agree to write their lies. My family, indeed, shame, shame on them. My family, shame, shame on them. It's disgusting what Murdoch has done in this country. It's disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. My family. Now, my family, someone said that Prince Harry and Meghan are willing to take on the press, the UK press, and spoiler alert, they win. And they go to court to seek justice. That's what Harry and Meghan do. My family, to seek justice, they go to court. And it is never easy. Meghan lost a child because of all of this. You have the parents even doing everything in their power to save Daily Mail after Meghan asked for summary judgment. And even right now, we have seen what they're doing, really. The palace is intervening to try and help Daily Mail after Harry asked for summary judgment in court. First, the royal family, William in particular, sent Jason North to issue a statement against Meghan in court. Then right after that, we have the royal family, Charles, sending Edward Young, whom Harry said he had significant tensions with, to help a tabloid in court right after Harry has asked for summary judgment. After failing to settle with Daily Mail. My family, we see this contract between the palace and the press, and it is corrupt. It's wrong, and it's very, very corrupt. Now, my family, allow me to read you an excerpt from Harry's memoir, Spare, my family, after Harry and Meghan were stripped of the security. Things were difficult. Now, and I quote, I carried Archie across the garden and handed him to Meg after Harry's head of security, Lloyd, called him, wanted to speak to Harry. Then he went across the soggy grass to the cottage where Lloyd and the other bodyguards were staying. We sat on a bench, both of us wearing puffer jackets, waves rolling gently in the background. Lloyd told me that our security was being pulled. He and the whole team had been ordered to evacuate. Surely they can't. I would tend to agree, but they are. So much for the year of transition. My family, as I said, Harry was told during the year of transition, he could get to keep his security. But once again, the royal family broke the promise they made to Prince Harry. Once again. And Lloyd told Harry, the threat level for us, Harry and Meghan, was still higher than for that of nearly every other royal, equal to that assigned the Queen. And yet the word had come down, and there was to be no arguing. So here we are, I said, the ultimate nightmare, the worst of all worst case scenarios. Any bad actor in the world would now be able to find us, and it would be just me, with a pistol to stop them. Oh wait, no pistol. I'm in Canada. I rang Pa. He would not take my calls. Just then, right then and there, I got a text from Willie. Can you speak? Because William knew what was happening. He knew what they were doing. And he called Harry to gloat about the power that he had. And then said, the government that is taking your security. Please hear this. Great. I was sure my older brother, after our walk in Sandringham Gardens, would be sympathetic. That he'd step up. He said it was a government decision, nothing to be done. He said, my family, the fact is, if William and Charles wanted for Harry to have security, Harry would have security. This was no government decision. The government was simply following instructions from the royal family. That is what they were doing. My family. There is no way even the government comes up with the idea of wanting to take away Harry's security, the son of the current reigning monarch, without the approval from the royal household, from the royal family. So my family, when William said to Harry that it was a government decision, that he can't do anything about it, William was lying. And you all know that deep inside your hearts. Lloyd was pleading with his superiors at home, trying to get them at least to postpone the date when he and his team pulled out. He showed me the emails. He wrote, we can't just leave them here. The person at the other end wrote, the decision has been made. As of March 31st, they're by themselves. I scrambled to find new security. I spoke to consultants, gathered estimates. I filled a notebook with research. The palace then directed Harry to a firm, which quoted me a price, 6 million a year. At that time, Harry could not pay that amount. It's a large amount. He couldn't. Harry slowly hung up because he knew he could not afford paying that amount. That amount was too much for he and Meghan, and Harry knew that. The royal family wanted them to go broke, paying for their security, to make Harry have to come back to the UK and beg for money. My family, I'm thankful that Tyler Perry came to Harry and Meghan's aid at their time of deepest need. Now, as I continue what Harry said, now here's the part I wanted you to hear that shows how toxic, illegal, and the press are really killers. The tabloid press are killers, they're murderers. People have lost their life because of their rhetoric. Hear this, please, and I quote, in the midst of all this darkness came the horrible news that my old friend Caroline Flack had taken her life. She could not stand it anymore, apparently. The relentless abuse at the hands of the press, year after year, had finally broken her. I felt so awful for her family. I remembered how they'd all suffered for her mortal sin of going out with me. Just for that crime of going out with Prince Harry. My family, Caroline Flack, was bullied, abused every day by the palace, by the press, and trolls online, to the point that she took her own life. And the media blamed it on social media, they said. So because of online abuse, not having to do with what they did. Whenever the media pushes and pushes to the point that someone ends up losing a life, they always try to deflect and say, it wasn't me, it wasn't us. Like what happened to Diana. After her death, it was the only time the tabloids ever turned on the royal family. The only time. Because they saw the public mood. The public was blaming the tabloid media for hounding her. And that was the only time the tabloids turned on the royal family. The only time. To deflect them from what they did, from their actions. That's what happened. And my family, even when Colin Flack took on life, the Sun tabloid, in which at the time, Dan Wootton, who abuses and hounds Harry and Meghan for the past 6 years, he said so himself. My family, that the leaks against Harry and Meghan are coming from the royal family, from the palace. And also his tabloid, The Sun, was caught deleting articles, slagging off, attacking Colin Flack after she took her own life. So my family, this is even more justification of why Harry had to up and leave with his wife and son and flee the UK. And Harry says of Colin Flack, she'd been so light and funny that night that we met. The definition of carefree. It would have been impossible then to imagine this outcome. I told myself it was an important reminder. I wasn't being over dramatic. I wasn't warning about things that would never ever happen. What Meg and I were dealing with was indeed a question of life and death. And time was running out. In March 2020, the World Health Organization declared a global pandemic, and Canada began to discuss the option of closing its borders. But Meg had zero doubt. They are definitely going to close those borders. So we need to figure out somewhere else to go and get there. And Tyler Perry came to the rescue of Harry and Meghan. My family, I wanted to read you that, to detail to you, to show you that indeed the tabloids are criminals, masquerading as journalists. As Harry called them, pirates with press cards. My family, lives have been lost. Lives have been lost. And I love that Harry took action to protect his wife and kids. I love that Harry took action to keep his wife and son safe. And the royal family's action of putting Harry, Meghan, and Archie in danger was so wrong, was so wrong, evil, and just cruel. After promising to Harry that they can keep the security, at least for the 1 year transition, at least until Harry got a job. And the press was angry when Harry got a job, when Harry signed a deal with Netflix. They were angry, pissed off. How dare he sign a deal with Netflix? How dare he live in a house, a multi-million-dollar house, because they had counted on him to fail and come back begging. And because that ain't happening, the tabloids are pissed off. My family. And that's why I encourage Meghan to relaunch her blog, The Take, and make hundreds of millions of dollars. Success is the best revenge. Living your life in your own terms, being happy, that is the best revenge. And my family, I want her and Meghan to continue thriving, to keep thriving, not surviving, and to keep being happy, and to make a ton of money. My family, that's what I wish for her and Meghan. And Meghan, never let anyone dissuade you from doing what you did even before meeting Prince Harry. Like The Tig. Keep doing you, Meghan. We support you and we love you. Meghan and Harry do not earn a penny of taxpayer money. They're entitled to make their own money. And that's what they'll continue to do, my family. And my hope is that Harry and Meghan don't allow anyone to dissuade them from continuing what they're doing. Keep up the good work, Harry and Meghan, and continue working and making tons of money. You do you, Harry and Meghan. We are with you and we stand with you. My family, someone one day must hold to account the UK media. They must. And Harry has refused to settle his case, alleging phone hacking by the Mirror, because he wants justice. He wants justice. Justice in a court of law. And I applaud him for what he's doing, my family. Harry is doing the right thing. And may God bless him immensely, my family. And one day, I hope that people who have caused this carnage, this loss of lives of Karen Flack, Diana, are held to account for their actions. I hope I get to see that day come. Harry's court case is one step at proving to the entire world that tabloid media engages in illegal, unethical, unlawful gathering of information, phone hacking. And I hope Harry wins that case, my family, and proves to the entire world that tabloid media are lawbreakers. But you know what? We already know they are lawbreakers. We have seen that in Meghan's case. And it's high time, my family, that they are held to account for their actions. It's high time, my family. Thank you to Hugh for calling out the UK media. They must be called out. And anyone who calls out the press, the tabloid media, for their unethical, illegal behavior, you are doing the right thing. And we applaud and support you. My family, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Libedana, and Doria Ragland, and all of you members of the squad at home. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.